Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today, we are going to break a habit that is holding your English back, the I'm fine trap.
Oh, Jenna, we are all guilty of this. Whether you're at work, with friends, or even at the doctor, when someone asks, "How are you?" the automatic response is, "I'm fine, thanks." But are we really fine?
Usually, we aren't. But English learners often stick to fine because they don't have the specific words to describe the beautiful, messy, and complex reality of human emotions. Today, we are going to change that. We want you to move from B1 to B2 by expanding your emotional range.
We'll talk about the difference between being tired and burnt out, how to express excitement without just saying happy, and the mindset shift needed to be vulnerable in a second language.
Let's start with the positives. Being happy is a broad category, but if you just got a promotion, you aren't just happy, you are thrilled.
I love that word. Thrilled conveys a sense of high energy and excitement. Or what about over the moon? That's a classic idiom for when something incredible happens. I'm over the moon about my new apartment.
And for those quiet, peaceful moments, we use content. It's a deeper, more stable feeling than happy. It means you're satisfied with your life as it is. For our B2 learners, using content instead of happy shows a much higher level of nuance.
Now let's talk about the hard stuff. In 2026, everyone is busy, but there are levels to this. If you have a lot of work, you might be stressed. But if you feel like you can't breathe because of the pressure, you are overwhelmed.
A very common expression in the US right now is to be at my wit's end. This means you are so stressed or frustrated that you don't know what to do next. You have exhausted all your options.
And we can't forget about burnt out. We mentioned this in our productivity episode, but emotionally, it means you have no more fuel left. Talking about burnout is essential for human connections because it allows people to help you.
This is where the mindset pillar comes in. Why is it so hard to say, I'm feeling a bit insecure in English?
I think it's because we're afraid of making mistakes while talking about something sensitive. We don't want to look weak and incompetent at the same time. But vulnerability, the ability to show your true self, is the fastest way to make true friends abroad.
Exactly. If you only show the perfect version of yourself, people can't relate to you. Use phrases like, "To be honest, I've been feeling a bit down lately." Down is a gentle way to say you are sad or unmotivated.
Anger is another one. If someone is angry, they might be annoyed, small anger, frustrated because they can't achieve something, or livid, extremely angry.
If you want to be polite while angry, you can use, "I'm a bit upset about." It's a softener that we discussed in the last episode. It allows you to address the problem without starting a fight.
Let's add some phrasal verbs to the mix. When you finally share your feelings, you bottled them up for too long first. To bottle up means to keep your emotions inside until you explode.
Don't bottle them up. Instead, you should vent to a friend. To vent is to talk about your frustrations to feel better. And if something makes you feel very sad, we say it bears down on you.
There's a scientific concept called emotional granularity. People who can name their specific emotions, like "I feel neglected" instead of "I feel bad," actually recover from stress faster.
That's fascinating. So learning these English words isn't just about grammar. It's about lifestyle and mental health. It gives you power over your internal world.
In some cultures, showing emotion is seen as a sign of strength. In others, it's seen as a lack of control. In the US, there's a big focus on positive vibes, but also a growing movement for mental health awareness.
Right. You might hear people say, "I'm processing some things." This is a very modern way to say, "I'm going through a difficult emotional time and I'm thinking about it."
When a friend tells you they're struggling, what do you say? Don't just say, "That's bad." Try, "I'm sorry to hear that," or "That sounds really tough."
Or the very American, "I hear you." It means, I understand and I validate your feeling. It's a simple phrase that builds massive amounts of trust.
Jenna, let's talk about a very B2 concept, mixed emotions. In life, we rarely feel just one thing. We often feel bittersweet.
That is such a poetic and useful word. Bittersweet is when you are happy and sad at the same time. For example, when you graduate from university, you are happy to finish, but sad to leave your friends. Or when you move to a new country, you're excited for the future, but homesick for the past.
Being able to explain that a situation is bittersweet shows that you've mastered the abstract themes of the English language. It shows you understand that life isn't black and white.
Another way to stop saying "I'm fine" is to learn how to control the volume of your words using adverbs. Instead of just "I'm tired," you can say "I'm utterly exhausted" or "I'm somewhat frustrated."
Adverbs like utterly, thoroughly, and extremely are like the zoom lens on a camera. They bring focus to the intensity. If you say, "I'm thoroughly enjoying this podcast," it sounds much more natural and advanced than, "I like this podcast."
And for negative things, we use bitterly. I was bitterly disappointed. It sounds much more human and descriptive for our B1-B2 listeners.
Our emotions aren't just in our heads, they're in our bodies. In English, we have many idioms that connect feelings to physical sensations. For example, if you're nervous, you have butterflies in your stomach.
Or if you are very scared, your heart sinks. My heart sank when I saw the email from my boss. It describes that heavy feeling in your chest. And if you are angry, you might be hot under the collar.
Using these physical idioms makes your English much more real life. It's how natives actually talk when they aren't trying to be professional or formal.
Well, let's talk about a feeling that defines our modern era: awkwardness. This is a hard one for many cultures to translate, but in English, we use it all the time.
Oh, awkward is essential. It's that uncomfortable feeling when there's a long silence or when you say the wrong thing. For English learners, the whole experience of speaking a second language can feel awkward at first.
The key is to embrace the awkwardness. If you can say, "Sorry, this is a bit awkward, but I forgot your name," people will actually like you more because you're being honest about a human emotion.
Finally, let's look at a mindset word, resilient. It's the ability to recover quickly from difficult emotions. In English, we use the phrasal verb to bounce back.
I love that image, like a ball hitting the ground and jumping up again. He had a rough year, but he's really bouncing back now. In 2026, being resilient is the most important skill you can have.
And that applies to your English too. You will have days when you feel discouraged because you didn't understand a movie. But if you have the desire to succeed, you will bounce back and try again tomorrow.
Our challenge for the listeners today is to do an emotional check-in. Stop for a second. How are you really feeling right now? Are you apprehensive about the future? Grateful for the present? Restless for change?
Write it down. Use a dictionary if you need to. The more you use these utility words, the more they become part of your identity as a speaker.
Thank you for being vulnerable with us today. We hope this episode helps you move past the "I'm fine" wall.
Subscribe to continue this journey into the real life of English. Leave a comment below. How are you feeling today? And remember, you can't say fine.
We'll read every single one. See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.